Test, test, 1, 2, 3.
Test.
Alright.
Wheel talk alert.
Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 2 of Wheel Talk, the show all about EUC, the community, and E-RIDERZ. We've had a massive couple of weeks, I've been having Epsom salt baths to soothe my aging, achy muscles.
Yep.
Steve has aged about 15 years. He's actually only 23. What did we have arrive last week? The container?
Oh, lots of LYNXs, lots of V14s, lots of S16.
16 Pro.
16 Pro
A2.
without the sticker, for those who have followed us along in previous episodes.
We'll talk about that. We were laughing because of a reason. The Master V4 Race Edition, or whatever you want to call it.
A2.
A2, yeah, I think I mentioned that. Everything's been shipped out. So everything that was pre-ordered has gone. We got the bulk of it done within about 2 days. So I think we unboxed, QC'd around about close to 40 wheels, palletized them.
Big couple of days.
Yeah, massive. I guess the flow on from that is we're starting to see them arrive into the community. So we've shipped a whole heap to Perth, Canberra, a few to Melbourne, loads to Sydney, any to South Australia, maybe 1 or 2. Can't remember now. We're seeing loads of really good posts. Everyone's out there enjoying.
Lots of people excited with their new wheels, which is always a fun time for us to enjoy and get that good feeling from all the effort of checking the wheels, sending them out. Yeah,
I saw in the Canberra group the day the wheels arrived. The V14s arrived. I think the V14s arrived the same day as the LYNXs. And they were trying to organise group rides that night. So I know there was like 5 or 6 of them met up and went for a ride. And
they've only been waiting for this group ride for 6 months. So.
It's been the longest wait for these wheels. But yeah, so we're really happy about that. The wheels have come and gone. We've still got, not all wheels were pre-sold. So we've got, I think about 10 V14s left available. We've got 2 A2s. We've got 5 or 6 T4s. What else? We've got 5 or 6 of each of the S16s left, so they're both variants, the Pro and Non-Pro. We've got S19s. What else do we have down there? We've got loads.
We've still got quite a good range.
We've still got 2 K6s left. So out of the 3, we've put them down on sale. But yeah, it's been really, really interesting. S16 Pros came in with some. How do I say this? Less than ideal battery levels, which we had to open up each one, and this is apparently how Kingsong ships them to us because we live so far away. So they were in sleep mode, so each unit had to be opened up and basically charged and activated. So that took us a little bit extra time.
We're still working through those.
Yeah, we're still getting through those, exactly. Yeah. So if you do order one, it's kind of one of those ones where we probably won't ship it out same day, it'll ship out next day, because we need time to get out of the box, open it up, charge up the battery packs, and then do all the firmware updates, and then ship them out.
Yeah, the firmware updates are a little fiddly for the S16 and the S19. So.
And I think it's a new product, but it'll get better.
They've moved to smart BMSs. Yeah. They've had to change firmware for that. So yeah, there's a few little teething things that we've been working through, making sure the units are functioning properly, that they've got the right firmware on them. And there's also more than one type of firmware.
Of course,
right?
so there's 3.
Like the wheels firmware, the BMSs
firmware.
And then there's also the little screen.
What's that called? Like meter.
Meter.
So the meter one, which does the screen and the LED lights.
Right.
So that's firmware just for the lighting. I guess it's like a smaller board.
Yeah.
So out of the S16s, we opened up an S16 Pro and made that our demo model.
Shop
model, yeah. People can come in and try that out. I did a first impressions video. I just said, let's go out and get some content, because I had ridden it a few times and really enjoy it. For a small wheel, like it's not gonna beat the LYNX in a race. It's not gonna climb a steeper hill than the Pattern or something maybe, but it performs really, really well for what you get for the weight of it, like 31 kilos. So I went out and did a first impressions video, and I don't know how many comments did we get calling us out. 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that were very suspicious that we didn't have an S16 Pro.
Didn't have a Pro. It was a standard one. We need to be more honest.
Yeah, prove it. Prove it.
Yeah. So we can guarantee you the wheel that I filmed the first impressions video was an S16 Pro.
Yep.
I think we're actually one of the first dealers to actually get them.
The reason being is because we chose the week our container was being loaded. We chose to take the S16 Pro before they'd even had the stickers for the S16 Pro come in. So we were probably the first dealer that S16 Pros was shipped out to, and then just the time it takes on the water till it finally gets to us, then yeah, so we're one of the first that is showing the S16 Pro.
It says, the label says S16 Pro on the box.
The batteries say 50S.
The batteries say 50S.
They let you go up to 60k an hour max speed for the firmware. So
and if you don't have a box, and
there's no more proof really needed.
Exactly, but if you don't have a box and you're trying to identify it, ours actually have a additional sticker on the front battery case that says new boot. Don't know what that means, but all the Pros say new boot on the front battery case. So just to put any rumors or any suspicions to bed, it was definitely an S16 Pro. We definitely have S16 Pros available for sale. And that leads me to my next point. We've got that was our first impressions video, and I was downstairs yesterday talking to a customer, and I think you got a little bit concerned because I was talking to this guy and I was saying how it's actually fairly capable off-road. You know, it's a really nice commuter wheel, but it can also handle light off-road trails like lumps, bumps, some gentle jumps, some loose gravel and so on. Yeah. And you came in this morning and you said, hey, I'm not sure how.
Yeah, well, I've ridden it to the shops.
Yeah, and on the road.
I've been on and off of curbs and things, and I thought, you know what, this is a really solid everyday wheel. Like, it's fun, it's nimble, you can get up to 40 to 50 Ks really comfortably.
It's so stable at 45, 50. It's crazy how stable it is.
I just feel like it was going to be like we sort of originally said, it was going to be a replacement for the 16X. It looks like a mini S22, and I just thought, you know what, like, are we giving it too much credit, thinking that we can actually off-road this wheel? Maybe we should just, for now, position it as an everyday wheel.
And that is one thing we do pride ourselves on here. Like, we always, when people come in, we do pride ourselves on making sure the person gets the right wheel. We don't just go, this is the newest one, take it.
And that's where I had the concern. I was like, oh, I heard Scott sort of say, because he was talking to someone about wanting another littler wheel for doing some off-roading with. And
well, more commuting with. His reason, he wanted a commuter wheel to go to and from work, but he also wanted some light trails.
Yeah, sure. So as a result of that,
we decided to make another video.
Yeah.
So we've decided. So the second video in the series. So the first one was the first impressions. Our second one is going to be I'm going to call it an in-depth or a high-level overview of off-road capabilities and jumps. We went out today and filmed that. We went out to
fun.
Yeah. We went out to Underwood and Daisy Hill. I was on the Pattern. You were on the S16 Pro.
Yeah.
And I struggled to keep up with you in some points. Like,
I just felt like it
crazy
was easy to get around on. Like, because we've done these same sorts of trails with the Pattern, with the Extreme, with the S22.
Yeah. V13.
But all those wheels, obviously, you don't realize it. You think, the powerful motor in all these wheels that makes them, it does all the work. But the S16 Pro, when I was riding it today, genuinely felt light and nimble and responsive.
Well, you were doing little jumps I haven't seen you do before, little twists.
I wasn't even trying to do that, and I was just like, whoa. But no, it was really, it really surprised me. Because as I said, I was thinking, you know what, I feel totally confident suggesting this wheel as a good everyday commuter and just a general recreational ride. But I was hesitant to suggest it for use on off-road trails. And if anything, it performed really strongly in the technical areas of the
let's give them a little sneak peek. We'll put a little sneak peek now, maybe 30 seconds of the footage. But the full video will be out very early next week. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. That's coming out in probably Monday, Tuesday. We'll get that done. But here's a little sneak peek right now.
so as you saw from that footage, I found the S16 Pro to be very nimble.
Don't give too much away. Save it for the video.
Very nimble. And it handled the little jumps and bumps and also some pretty decent inclines that were not like
really uneven.
Level. They were very uneven. They required a lot of stopping and starting of the torque. Yeah, you could hear the motor talking a little bit as we were heading up up the hills. But yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah. And there was one really big thing that surprised us, but we'll save that for the video. Like, I don't want to do clickbaity stuff, but there's one thing that we were both confused until we did the maths, and it seems to be true. So I can't tell you what it is, but just wait to the video and we'll talk about it more on that. All right, moving on. Next thing we want to talk about is the pre-sale window. We do a lot of pre-sales here when new models come out. What we haven't done in the past is we haven't done a secondary pre-sale. But this time around, we've got the ability to do it because we sold out of all of our Lynxes.
The models are moving and developing so fast that we can no longer stock every single wheel that comes out.
Correct.
We've gotten to a point where, you know, even if we order in 20 or 30 wheels, it's most of those or a lot of that will be pre-orders. And then because 2 or 3 other models get released in between that period of when they arrive and then when we finally get together new orders of stock, and there's already, you know, a Begode, a competitor out such as the ET Max, or you know, there's 2 others in the pipeline that people want to wait for. So we've gotten to the point now where instead of stocking everything, we do need to collect some pre-orders before placing our next order, so that especially with models like the Lynx, where you have, you know, different suspension options, 62, 66, 70, different battery options, and then when you look at the variants across all those, it's really hard to choose the right number of models without, you know, with just guessing. So we won't be just choosing to bring in a bunch of stock of those
so we're still going to bring in everyday wheels, so the ones we know that just turn over, like you know, the 14Ds and the whatever they are. But these ones here, and it's something we want to start to do quite regularly moving forward. We're going to have pre-sale windows. So there'll be a date that any orders placed before this date. So this particular one is going to be the 19th of February. So on the 20th, we will place all those pre-orders, and they'll be shipped to our forwarder and shipped to us.
And basically that timing is based on when the
ships can leave China, and
when they basically come back from their festival.
This particular one, this first one is when they come back from Chinese.
So if you are interested, and we'll talk about the models that we've got that will be in that window for pre-ordering again, we can talk about those now. And if you have one of these models that you've been sitting on the fence, you've been waiting to see, you know, you wanted to see first and second batch out, now is the time. In the next, you know, till the, what was it, 19th?
19th. Yep, 19th.
We need you to, you know, speak up and
place
commit to a pre-order. That way we'll be able to bring that model in for you and make sure we have a unit.
And just be really specific. 2 things to point out, and this, I'm just saying this because this is our own fault. When you want to pre-order a model, especially something like the Lynx, which has so many variables, like you just mentioned,
that was a big challenge.
It was a massive challenge
dealing with everybody's change of mind.
Everyone started changing their batteries, their springs, and we can only do so much. So when you pre-order your Lynx, please take the time, do your research, and then place the order. If you want to change it for any reason, you've got until the 19th to change it, because that's when we'll order that model for you to come shipped in. But if you do want to change it, don't send a Facebook message to Steve directly. Don't send a Facebook message to myself. Send a formal email to our email address, because then we know the whole team's got it, and it will definitely be actioned and updated on the system. The reason I'm saying this is once the Lynxes were on the water and they were halfway here, all of a sudden people were
some gaps in.
There were some gaps. We were getting text messages and Facebook messages trying to update suspensions and batteries, and it was a real nightmare. Like, to the point where we were short. We don't even have a shop one.
That's right. We had to give up our shop links in order to cater for.
Exactly. But
providing
it was
models.
worth it because that last person who got it was super appreciative. So you know, yes, it's not good.
There were a couple that missed out,
but they've already pre-ordered the next.
But yeah.
Right. So the wheels that are available for pre-order right now. So the pre-order window that is open is ET Max. We've definitely got those. We've already got 3 or 4 pre-orders for that. The links in all configurations, the T4 Pro, and the S22 Pro Plus. Now the Plus is the 50S cells. So this is like their basically their race edition or their special edition S22.
We're actually offering it for the same price.
Yeah, which is nice.
We're absorbing a little bit of the price because we've only got a limited number left in our current
allocation.
Of we had originally 100 S22 Pros, and we're switching them over to 50S, absorbing the extra a couple of $100 in cost, and we'll be supplying the last probably only up to 10 units of the 50S at the same price.
Yep, I think so. Yeah, because once we've done those next 10,
the pricing will go up again.
Kingsong's going to charge us more,
Kingsong's price will go up for us, because we won't have that allocation anymore.
Now, one wheel, and this is a lovely segue into the next topic, one wheel that won't be available for pre-order will be the Begode Falcon.
Yes.
So, first of all, I'm sure Jason from eWheels is watching. I understand he watches us every week, every fortnight when we publish it. We won't be doing pre-sale of the Falcon because we can't access the Falcon. I've seen a lot of posts, a lot of questions. We've been receiving probably 3 or 4 emails a week asking about when the pre-sale will be available. You probably can explain it better than me, but we basically can't buy the Falcon because it was done in collaboration with eWheels.
Yeah, Begode did some form of a collaboration. I don't know to what level the design was sort of implemented and suggested through dealings with eWheels and Jason, but yeah, it's exclusive to eWheels, and
for now, we hope Jason will see this and go, well, I think Australia can have it.
Yeah, look, Jason, give us a message later on. We're happy if you want to supply us some eWheel stickers. We'll
put them on the units.
We'll put them on the Falcons. Yeah. And we'll sing the praises of eWheels here in Australia for you, and I'm sure we'll have a bunch of happy Australian Falcon riders.
Exactly.
So yeah, we'll have a chat about that later, Jason. And for everyone else, just please be patient while we wait for Jason. And
we say it 3 times as he appeared. He's looking behind me. So yes, it is a little bit sad because there was loads of excited people.
It looked like the perfect fit into that range.
Just that little jumper.
The M10-4 up to the A2 to that. I was like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, it was a lightweight version. It was a lightweight version of the S16, really, because it's a smaller battery. It's like 900 watt hours, right?
Yeah, it's just in that theme of the A2 kind of look. Which, looks really great.
Anyway.
So I don't know if that'll change in future, and if there's a certain time period where it's exclusive or not, but hopefully we'll be able to have a chat with Jason and arrange to get some Falcons here in Australia.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next topic, we've got 2 topics left. One is a really big announcement, which is really exciting. We want to share with you, everybody. And then we've got the draw. I don't know if you remember from last week, or last episode, sorry. We announced that we'll be doing random giveaways. So every comment,
we've got a bunch of
this time around is Fox. So every comment on last week's last episode's video, who's in Australia, we're going to do a random draw through YouTube comment picker. They can win some goods. That's coming up. Before we do that, I want to give a really quick update on Stator. The electric bikes that we sell here at E-RIDERZ. The first batch completely sold out, which is awesome. We had to move factories, which was actually a blessing in disguise. We thought this was going to be a bit of a hassle, but it turns out the factory we moved to was actually the original creator of that particular frame. So it worked out very, very positively for us. We were able to do a whole lot of upgrades. I keep forgetting all the upgrades we've done. We've upgraded the headlight, we've upgraded the front suspension, we've upgraded the screen, we've upgraded the chain to the rust buster chain because we've seen so many of our bikes go to the coast.
It's such a great lifestyle for e-bikes at the coastal areas.
We've updated the suspension on the Scout. We've gone to a really high quality suspension.
KKE suspension for the Scout.
Yep. What else? Is there anything else? The gears on the
S
Pro
model. Yeah. We've also improved and changed to some hydraulic brakes.
And we've got some really cool limited edition colours coming. which we're still trying to actually decide on name. Actually, I'm going to put a picture of the colour on the screen right now. Comment your idea for this colour of the bike, because we haven't named this one yet. We haven't come up with the colour. The previous one was called Denim. This is like a, what did we say yesterday? It's a
Azure.
No, what was the actual colour? The actual, like, if you look at the colour code, it was not sapphire. What was it?
Not turquoise.
No, it was the long word.
Aquamarine.
Aquamarine, thank you.
Aquamarine.
It's actually, if you look it up,
it looks very similar.
Yeah, so we don't want to call it the Aquamarine though, it's too long. Like, so comment below, look, that's the colour of the bike. If you've got a suggestion for a name, put it down below, and if we choose that, we'll give you a prize if you're in Australia. Because it's, yeah.
Okay.
Steve's looking at me like, okay. So S16 as a prize? No, I'm joking.
Can't commit to that right now.
No, maybe we'll give you $100 off a bike. So that is the update on the Scouts. So they are actually due, the Stater bikes. They are due in about 10 days, right?
Around the 17th.
17th, and we've got 130, 140 bikes in this container arriving.
Yep.
So
it's going to be a big day for unloading.
It's going to be a big couple of days. So if you do call on that particular day and we don't answer the phone, that's probably what we're doing. We're probably all outside.
All hands on.
Getting sunburnt and unloading a container.
Because they all come individually boxed and
not on pallets.
Pushed in. Yeah. So we actually have to take them out, palletize them, move them.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a pretty big job moving.
Yeah, it is.
1,000 kilos.
Yeah. All right. Next topic, big announcement. So this is sort of 3 points to it. We'll save the big point to last. If you are a subscriber to our email, you would have received an email a couple of days ago showing that we're putting lazy rolling on 35% off. You're going to continue to see emails and posts about quite large, significant savings on everything from our O'Neill to our Fox to our lazy rolling to
pretty much
Bumblebee,
our entire
pads,
protective and accessories
covers,
range.
Seats. If we sell it, bar the wheels, if we sell it, we're going to be putting a lot of it on clearance, on sale. Now, first of all, we're not going out of business, not at all. We're not doing anything like that. What we're doing, I'll let Steve tell this bit actually, this is Steve's big news. Why are we starting to sell stuff off?
Why? We have in place a plan to move to a bigger site.
Yeah. So we've outgrown this space.
We've outgrown this space. We need to move to a space that will have much bigger warehouse to enable us to hold more stock, and unload more bikes, continue to grow, and grow the size of the team. So as a result of that, and we have got a site picked out that we'll be moving to.
Yeah.
So we do have a time frame now, and
it's much more central than where we currently are. That was another big plus. So we definitely sort of, when we started looking at sites 3-4 months ago now, one of the I guess factors we wanted to take into was foot traffic, because where we are right here, we get the occasional person who is going next door to buy a barbecue, but we don't really have that looky-loo foot traffic where people go, what's that?
We're in a more industrial area.
Told you it's only 23.
which is kind of, you know, if you know there's something you want to get here, then
come here for a reason.
You'll come here for that reason. Whereas where we're moving to, it's a nice thoroughfare area for people to move between the bay and the city.
Yeah. Loads of shops nearby.
Lots of great lifestyle shops and outdoor shops nearby.
Like, can't say too much more.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We will announce that. We will announce it. It's not that it's a big
secret.
Reason. We just want to make sure everything's all locked in.
So there will be some amazing deals as a result of that.
Because I'd rather sell it than move it. That's it. That's the whole.
That's it. And we also need to find. You know, we need to map out the new location where we're going to put everything. So we would rather start with a smaller amount of you know, various bins and things to organize our accessories and protective gear with.
Yep.
So we will be doing some really good value deals, but 30-35% off. So check that out, and we'll continue to let them run even when we add in the new areas. But do note that some of the sizes and colors and other things are very limited. So if you're interested, jump on.
We've done our best to update to the correct sizes and variations, but if you do buy something and it's sold out overnight, we will just have to cancel and obviously give a refund and say, apologies. But yeah, just be patient with us.
Yeah, you might snag a really great deal. At the moment, we've done lazy rolling, 35% off, and we'll be going through all our brands of protective gear and accessories.
There'll be loads
in
of
the
stuff
coming weeks.
Yep.
So please,
and roll covers. We're going to be doing those quite cheap. We've got a whole heap of. If you've got some
models now that we aren't actively selling. Yeah. So if you've got one of those models and you want a brand new,
we've got some Sherman covers, right? Some B12 covers,
all sorts of covers.
They're quite expensive because they're made in New Zealand, but we'll be doing those quite cheap again, just so we don't have to box it up and move it. And the flow and effect of moving, and also really where we are right now, because I think you and I we had a meeting 2-3 weeks ago now. We sort of looked at where we are as far as customer satisfaction and how fast we're actually getting back to emails, and how fast are we shipping out goods, and how much time are we spending with customers downstairs. And we know we're not perfect, and we know we've dropped the ball occasionally in communication, especially when there's like a busy period and there's a new wheel coming out.
Yeah, we're for the size of our team. Yeah, we are
punching above our weight.
Yeah, and as a result of that, there are gaps, and we're basically looking to
grow the team. Yeah, exactly. So we've identified 3 areas that we want to find new employees. So the first one is up and live right now on our website under the info section, and the role is a customer service officer, and that person is really going to be responsible for every customer interaction touch point. So whether they walk into the shop, they call the shop, they send an email to the shop, they ride into the shop, how else can they talk to us? Social media.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, any other channel, any method, any phone call.
So ideally in the perfect world, that person would almost become the face or the voice of E-RIDERZ. They'll be talking to customers, going through their needs, talking about their ideal wheel, all that sort of thing.
They won't be the only one, but that will be their dedicated role.
Yeah,
to make sure that there's when one of us is unable to do it, that there won't be.
It's just going to free us. It's going to free us up to do a lot more strategic planning to help the business grow.
That's right.
The other 2 roles we've identified is we're going to get a logistics officer on as well, logistics and warehousing. Our new place is about 4 times bigger than this, and with the bikes and all the new models coming, we need to really get on top of inventory in and out. So that'll be a role that'll be advertised very soon, once we work out the ins and outs and how much we can afford to pay and so on. And then the third one, this one's still a work in progress. It's going to be, we're not sure it's going to be full-time. It could be part-time, it could be a morning job, we just don't know yet. But we'll definitely be advertising a marketing role, so like a marketing officer. And that person's job will be to basically look after the social medias, create email content, and just keep the general public aware of exactly what we're doing and when we're doing it.
And help generate some of that content that we'll use to reach out to new audiences with, because obviously electric unicycles, it's quite a niche product and community, but everybody is still so wowed, and it's still such a foreign thing to so many people that see us riding around. So we don't always have enough time ourselves to be able to film the videos, make the content, track it, all that sort of stuff.
So like I was down at Sunshine Coast over the Australia Day long weekend, and Zoe had her M10-4. Did not see didn't see another single EUC, and the amount of people who are actually stopping her to ask what it is, what is that, how does it work, where can I buy one?
And that's what we want more time to be able to work on,
and
so that we can
but it's also the thing we forget. We forget that everyone doesn't know what these things are. We forget there's whole communities out there that have never seen one. I think a marketing role will make a big difference, but the big priority for us is the customer service role. We want to really perfect how
we're also investing in systems.
So many
that
systems
are much more expensive, but all integrated together so that they will make sure that there aren't those gaps.
Exactly.
From ticketing systems, knowledge base, so that we can actually have a very functional knowledge base that our new customers can go to in order to find out basic things like how to do this on the app, where to find copies of manuals,
how to learn, how to turn on your Sherman S.
Like all these sorts of things. We wanna like have all that content there, and it takes a bit of time to get put in there, but we believe that will be a great resource for new riders, especially those that aren't living in a community with other riders. They'll be able to do a lot more of that self-help through us directing them to the relevant videos on it, guides, and yeah, so that's all part of it. We're investing in the systems to make the processes better, and we're investing in more people because we really want to support this sort of business to be able to scale it beyond just you know, managing and supporting our existing community. So we would really like to try and help scale things to be able to let it grow to a much wider audience.
So long story short, if you're looking for a new job, if you live in Brisbane and you'd like to come and work at E-RIDERZ, check out the webpage under info. You'll see the current vacancies. If you really are passionate about logistics or marketing and the job's not posted yet, still reach out to us, shoot us an email, give us a call. The email address is in the job advert for the customer service officer role. Just reach out. You never know. Like, reach out. Tell us why you want the role. Tell us, your history or your qualifications. If you've got any bike mechanic experience, that'll be a big plus.
Yeah, it's an area that we're having to add more.
That's another. We're gonna have
technicality.
That's another role we'll have to look at down the track, because obviously we're selling so many bikes. At the moment, you and I and Lucas are doing a lot of the sort of building, and we've had a couple of maintenance jobs come back, but I definitely project in the next 6 months we'll have to have a dedicated bike technician as well. Plus we've got our retailers who do it in other states, which is handy. Right, now for the draw. I think anything else before we do the draw and finish up?
No, that's all for now.
Alright, so I'm going to do the draw. We know, I'm going to say 95% of the people who have left comments, so we'll know if you're in Australia or not. If I pull it up and I know this person's not in Australia, I'll draw it again. If we don't recognize the name, that'll be the end of it. That person can contact us. They can send us an email, or they can reach out on Instagram and say how I won the wheel talk competition, and we'll work out a prize. It'll be some Fox merch, a t-shirt, cap, jumper, something like that. We'll tailor it to the person depending on their size and actually what they want. Now we're going to do the draw through an app called Comment Picker. I'm going to come up to the screen and hold my phone up, bring my microphone so you can still hear me, the joys of being wireless. Now I'm going to record my screen as well, so I'll put that over Steve's face. There we go. Alright, so the screen is recording, and I'll hold it up.
It's not going to zoom.
Block your face. There we go. Alright, start. And the winner is Mark Howell. He's Australian, right? I recognise that name. I think he's a customer.
Yeah.
So Mark Howell said, welcome back to a new year. PEVs are rapidly becoming a mainstream means of transport. We now need some politicians to get on board the EUC, and I can't see the rest because it's cut off. So Mark Howell, if you're in Australia, send us a message on Instagram. That's probably the best way to do it, and we will sort you out with your prize. Congratulations. It's that simple. Now, giveaways we're going to keep doing sporadically, right? So make sure you comment on this video. Tell us what you think, what we've spoken about today. If you've got any opinions on the S16 Pro, if you've got any ideas for the name on that bike I showed you, what are your thoughts on the Falcon? Should we push harder to try to get it here in Australia? What else? Any other questions?
Just convince Jason for us.
Yeah.
In the comments.
I mean, Jason's watching this, so he knows how much we want it. Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, until the next episode, ride safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you next time. Real time alert. Okay, that went pretty smoothly.